For a client like you that has several businesses, you're operating, you're growing, you're young, I think your CPA team is going to be kind of primary, and your wealth management financial advisory, it's not necessarily secondary, but you're going to be engaging more and have more questions and more complexity around your tax, around your accounting, right?
Yeah,
Numbers you can use to grow your business. And so from a wealth management, like service calendar standpoint, if you will, what most clients find they want. And here's the key. I've been doing this for over 20 years. And when I first started in the business, a client would come in and they would say, they'd say, great, I want to work with you. I'd say, well, I want to work with you too. And I'd say something effective, well, Blake, like, when do you want to meet? Tell me what's best for you. Well, here's the thing. You're like, well, one, this is like going to the dentist. I never want to talk about this. So, but I can't say that because you seem nice. So I don't know what to say. And I'm like, what about? And so the key is, how often does somebody need to actually get with you where it's valuable for them, right? Where you can deliver value, you're able to, whatever. So what that normally shakes out to be, and what I tell clients is, rather than just letting them choose how often they want to meet, because most people just want to say, what do other people choose? And what do you recommend? I said, what most people want is an abbreviated version, an abbreviated planning meeting in the middle of the year. And they want a larger meeting at the end of the year, right? Usually that mid-year meeting is we're basically doing a pulse. What's an update? And from a tax standpoint, that could be, how are we pacing, right? Where do we think we're going to end up? Because you don't know where the end of the year lands, but mid-year is a good kind of course correction timeline. And if if the client gets on and they have their financial advisor and their CPA on the same Zoom call, right?
You can get it all done then.
You've already differentiated, and there's no longer like multiple points of contact trying to communicate everything to everybody. Yeah. Everybody was on the call, because if it's not that, and you think, okay, well, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, great. What do we want to do? The client has to schedule a call with their CPA. Then they got to schedule a call with their wealth manager. Then they have to somehow interpret what those people were saying.
Yeah, it can get lost in translation very easily.
Which they understand neither of these languages, right? Because it's hieroglyphics and Mandarin, right? They don't know either of them. And so they're like, okay, now I got to take this back and put it together because I know they're not going to talk. You know what I mean? Because
I don't want them talking because my tax guy's going to bill me hourly for it.
Yeah, that's right. It's just more time, right? And so it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. Versus, so you've already differentiated yourself. And the good news is, this used to be like, oh, we got to get in a room and all this. Most people want a Zoom call now.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I have clients that live 3 miles from my office. And I can't drag them in there for any amount of money, because they go, I can sit in my living room. And frankly, I think it can be just as intimate. When their grandkids run around, sometimes my 9-year-old will pop in here going to and from cheer. I think it's great.
Yes.
But when you can have your two ongoing professionals showing up at the same time, delivering the same message, and if it's not the same message, you can see them work out the plan real time, which usually takes 5 minutes or less, right? Versus huge mistakes that cost the client a ton of money, which everybody's in trouble then. So it's just a better solution to the current model, which is just piecemealed. And I think the future is really, from an integrated advice standpoint, when I say that's the future, what I mean is not because I think, financial advising and tax is great together. I mean, I think it is, but why is it great together? Because it makes the client's life easier.
Yes.